What is going on, guys? Your boy Guns here. And it's been a while since I've made a Roots of War video, but today I want to do exactly that to be able to give you guys the tips that I personally use. I will not be going over Noir strat for those of you guys trying to rat the strategies. Up top, you guys see I got a score of 120, which is my personal highest, and there was 30 minutes left in the freaking fight, guys. I could have potentially got 150, 160, like something insane, right? And I'll go over exactly my strategy of what I do from going over the plans of the officers or whoever's in charge of the road team, to preparing my marches, to, not having marches out, all that stuff, all the way up to the marches that I use and how I deploy them out in the field, okay? So here's essentially my credibility, so you guys see that your boy puts in the work, right? Right now I'm in the second shell of Noir, but hopefully I could keep up some performances like this and potentially make the main team. That is the goal. So I just have to keep playing. It's actually kind of exciting, guys. It's like I'm on the bench, so I gotta prove my worth. You know what I mean? So keep doing well. Besides individual score, obviously the main thing, guys, is your team, guys, because there's a lot of players out there that don't help Garrison, don't help Rally, right? They're solely focused on getting that score up, which should not be the case, guys. You should be able to manage both effectively. So going into it here with you guys, let's see here. Boop. Boop. Go over here. Okay, so to go over my initial stuff, right? In the beginning, what you guys need to do, considering if you're in a good road team, right? Or even a halfway decent one, go over the roster, right? Figure out what your position is, whether you're rallying a specific building, you're garrisoning a specific building, where they want your open field marches to focus, right? And that's kind of what you need to do there. Now, the other thing here is being able to understand the limitations and strengths of your account. Okay, for example, my calves are a weak strength for my account, right? As it is for many people. So my calves are fully focused on joining rallies, guys, or a cav garrison, right? I'm not going to be out in the field with the knights or trying to cut people off or whatever with those, right? And then the main marches that I usually have one march doing garrison or rally, or sometimes I'll split it up to, I'll do like a few configurations, right? Depending on what my team needs. Some configurations that I like doing, I like to have one garrisoning a specific building, and then the other 4 out in the field, right? Which is my 3 magic units and my archers. One of the other things I like doing is one joining rallies, 1 garrisoning, and then 3 out in the field. That normally ends up being a double mage and 1 archer, right? So it all really depends on the breakdown of your troops, right? Because essentially, if you don't really have that many ballistas or that many tanks or whatever, you don't want to be out in the open field. You want to use those marches to be garrisoning and rallying, okay? So that's a big thing. Some of you guys are freaking krakens and can just do everything, right? So make sure that you know your capabilities. Like if you're a kraken / whale and they need that 5 bomb from you out there, then they need that 5 bomb from you out there. Or they need that rally from you, then they need that rally from you. Okay, so kind of going into, that's kind of the whole idea that I kind of have there. And then as far as healing goes, is a huge factor, right? So for me, with 1.2 million celestials and 868k vestals, 745k ballistas, that's enough for me to do what I got to do for an entire Roots of War. Now, swordsman, on the other hand, that's nowhere near enough tanks. It's actually a weak point of my account that I'm actually looking forward to potentially training 2 million swordsmen, because they're that big of a deal in Roots of War. That is a big thing for me personally, to compete in the Roots of War League and be a top competitor, right? And if you guys have seen the top teams, infantry, which starts becoming a bit of a dilemma for some people, right? Because a lot of people are main mage, main archer, whatever, right? But I think a good blend right now is archer and tanks or mage and tanks, right? So if you're a main archer, I recommend I recommend your next one being tanks, right? That's just my recommendation. Now, to go into the marches that I use, and this is gonna blow some of your guys' minds, right? You guys saw the points that I had. So, for my first march, I do Lilia. You guys are about to lose it. And Tohar. Trust me, guys, when I tell you this. I do Lilia and Tohar. Why? I do Lilia and Tohar because they go crazy, bro. They do their thing. Right? So it's like, okay, so then where are your other marches, right? This march right here, my Bertrand Thea, is a freaking pinnacle for my freaking account, right? Considering Roots of War, and mark my words, in the future, maybe some of you guys watch this like 5-6 months from now or a year from now, and you're like, damn, Guns was right. Celestials are going to be massive because you can fly right over and start assisting in the fight, as opposed to all the other marches have to walk, an extra 3 minutes sometimes to even get anywhere, sometimes even more just to get there. So the fact that my Celestials can just fly right over, especially with a max Mirage Orb, and just freaking nuke people, and they're not even really paying attention to you because they're just focusing on everything that's in front of them. So essentially you're just getting free licks on them, dropping the orb, right? Third march, I use my Mag A out there. Or sometimes I'll send in the Haas, but mainly this time I send in the Mag A with the Gilded Crossbow, right? Because it's like a freaking bar fight, right? So especially my Gilded Crossbow is not maxed, but it will be maxed. Being able to proc that when you're getting surrounded is freaking huge. So for my third mage march that I use is I go with Valen. Guys. And Indus. Valen and Indus, I think I have her out farming right now. Yeah. I use Valen and Indus with the one and only Breath of Gigantus. This is another key point to winning and also your individual marches, right? Because with Breath of Gigantus, you're going to be able, and especially with Indus as well, you're going to be able to do a lot of debuffs to those tanks as well, right? Because getting rid of that tank line so that your tank line can push up and create the space needed to be able to take the Livestone is huge, right? So like I said, majority of my video today is going to focus on your individual actions, right? Yeah, so that's my support margin. And then obviously you guys know I love my one and only, my baby girl, Gorish and Skogul. Max Spirit Bone Torque is a must if you're trying to be a top Roots of War player. Now, there's some Archer mains out there too, which they go crazy as well with like triple Archer marches, right? I go triple Mage. Other people do triple Archer, whichever way that you want, whichever which way suits you. So that's what I do there. Now, as far as some of the top things that I see people do, like some of the things I see is people just send out a march and like forget about it, bro. In Roots of War, you still want to micro your marches to a certain extent, right? Like if your march is healthy, like white or yellow, and if you're starting to become lower, just let it die. Go in, get it nuked, and come back, because it's not like the open field, right? It's not like in the open field out here where you're out here and you're microing, right? Boom, boom, boom. You're down to like red bar. You're still trying to stay alive. Micro, bang, right? Doing the whole shebang. In Roots of War, as long as your march is healthy, yeah, continue a good micro. Don't do what a lot of people do and just let them die. I see that happen all the time, guys, from top players. when I say top players, like even the stronger players, you know what I mean? So you still want to micro. Now, once your March gets low, then you want to then you want to just let it die. Boom, let it die. That way you refresh quicker, and you're out and about, right? So, kind of going into the thing here, I think the strongest point of my account, specifically Roots of War wise, one, my Gorge Skogel, right? And with the healing that's allowed, because I only heal my tanks really in Roots of War, it allows my Celestial, it allows for me to maximize my Gorge Skogel, considering I don't have that much infantry, right? You know, my birthday of flying over the top, smacking people. Another thing too, guys, is have some situational awareness of what's going on in the map. There's times that, like, I'm just like, you'll see 3-4 marches out over here in the abyss doing nothing. Like, I'm like, maybe they're asleep. I don't know. Maybe they're confused of what's to happen. Like, you got to be very aware of what you need to do out here, right? So, like, you guys already heard me say, like, oh, garrison, rally, whatever. There's times that the live stones spawn, and you want to be quick to rotate over to fight for the live stones if needed, right? Obviously, pay attention to your leaders and what they're telling you, whether that's stay in your lane or help up with the live stone, right? So that's how you do it there. I'll brief through it real quickly, because I'm sure some of you guys will probably have questions of what I'm running, talent tree, and I'll do it quickly, right? I don't want to take too much time on talents, right? That's what I'm running on my Lilia. That's what I'm running on my Lilia right there. Gorge Skogel. This is what I'm running on Gorge Skogel. Right? On my Burt. This one I'm running on my Burt. Magic Tree. On my Valen. That's what I'm running on my Valen. And then my Magrat. Some of you guys know from my other videos, but other people haven't watched all of them, right? So this is what I have on my Magrat. Bam. And that's pretty much it, right? Lilia, Valen, Burt, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, that's pretty much it. My calves don't really matter. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have a decent calf march compared to a lot of people. Yeah, I have a really good calf march compared to a lot of people. But yeah, guys, that's like the meat and potatoes of the preparation and kind of the ideology of what I go into. You know, kind of giving you guys some extra food for thought. Yeah, the biggest part is just knowing where to put your troops, you know. You don't have that many ballistas to be out in the field hooking and jabbing all the time. Start garrisoning and joining rallies, right? You're a T4 player, right? You're a T4 player and you're still trying to contribute more to your team. Focus on joining rallies, right? Because that rally is going to have that T5 players, hopefully T5 player, max tech, which is going to allow you to contribute more to your team. You know, be on time for freaking Roots of Wars, guys, because man, like there's nothing more annoying. I used to lead row teams up until like the last row I had with pay to win. I was like, yeah, this is just too much work, considering that I do content and a bunch of other stuff. Bro, it takes a lot of dedication, man. It takes a lot of dedication, and I wasn't even doing half the stuff that I saw. Not even a third of the stuff that I see Noir doing here now. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be my quick tips for you guys to be able to get this good old MVP, right? Or just contributing better to your team, right? I mean, ultimately, you're gonna get better. You're gonna get 10 heads for winning. On top of that, you got the league for Roots of War around the corner, so you're gonna be able to do better in that. Yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about the strategy. If you have any questions of how you should be running your marches, I know some of you guys are probably surprised by that Lilia Tohar. Believe me, that march puts in work. I mean, you guys see my score here. And this was with 30 minutes remaining. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Occasionally I'll keep doing like any Roots of War stuff that individually, though can't really talk about like strategy and stuff like that. That's gonna be to your officers. So the main focus is how to be the most effective with your account, right? Because everyone's strengths and weaknesses are different. So with that being said, that's going to be it for that video, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like on the video. And if you don't want to miss any of the new season of Strive content that's coming out, guys, I'm gonna be streaming it. I'm gonna be doing videos, you name it, guys. We're gonna be doing it all. So with that being said, that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Your boy Guns. I'm out. Peace.